with Duran Duran.
I love the boys. Love the boys. This sounds fresh as well.
It does. Yeah, it sounded fine. Duran Duran, and that's the Reflex, and this is Alex James, who's just hanging out with us this evening.
So excited. I've got so much to tell you, Jo. There's
Have
so
you?
much going
So
on.
you're
Yes.
busy at the moment, aren't you? Because you've just announced Feastival and the lineup for Feastival, and it's great.
I'm delighted. We've landed Elbow for Sunday. We've fortunately got the same agent as Blur.
Okay, and that
Took
helps,
a bit
does
of
it?
wrangling. Who do you want to cook your breakfast? Come on, it'll be great.
But they'll be magnificent, as
yeah,
we all know.
it's absolutely it's marvellous. Jess Glynn on Saturday and Rudimental Friday, and you know Dermot's broadcasting live from the kitchen.
Yeah,
on
I heard you on Saturday. Yeah.
So I mean, it just feels like it's our biggest, best lineup ever, and it just feels like everything's gone up a notch this year.
Yeah, because you have the faithful who come along all the time, and they are the ones who would be devastated if you did not have the Cuban brothers, Dick and Dom, Mr. Tumble, or Justin Fletcher, sorry.
That is the first thing we do every year. Book the Cubans, book Dick and Dom, book you. and then we know we can hold it down from there, really.
Yeah. But it's a festival that appeals to everybody, all kind of different ages. It's very, very family-centric as well.
Well, I think it just reflects everything. All it can do is reflect what I'm most interested in, and I've got cheese coming out of my ears, and children, and tunes. You know, so it's just filling the farm up with everything that I love the most. So
if I ask you about the standout moments of Feastival as it's existed so far, which are the memories? There must be one that just makes you get your blood run cold and you just think, oh my gosh, that was a moment.
Last year, I think my favourite moment ever was last year when my phone rang and it was Dave Rowntree from Blur, the drummer, saying, "Do you want the Red Arrows?" I was like, "What? Yes." He said, "All right, call this guy." And I called the number and he was like, "Yes, we're taxiing now. We'll be transiting your overhead northwest to southeast in 7 minutes." So what? And I called down to the main stage to get you to come on and say they were coming. And you remember you walk onto the main stage. You're like,
Red Arrows are coming. Oh, they're feeling gone.
But there's something about the Red Arrows coming up, paying an unexpected. But it was like 200, like a really low with all the smoke on. I just burst into tears. It was, that was pretty magic. But
benefits of having a Dave Rowntree as a friend.
Well, absolutely. But that's the great thing. It's those things. It's great booking Elbow and Lewis Capaldi and having all that. But actually, it's all the sort of unexpected sort of festival magic things that happen that don't go on. That's always what's the most brilliant. I mean, we've had some fun over the years.
We have had some fun. Should we play this next record? Because I think this is kind of our tune, really. Now,
I know what it is.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Here we go. How many years now have we done the actions to this? 4 o'clock in the morning, DJing in your cheese hub.
Well, that was another magic moment, because you never know what I've worked out over the years. This is the 8th festival. You never know what's going to work until you actually try it. So I always knew I should sort of have my own thing within the festival. And in the early years, I got cheese experts in talking about cheese and wine pairings, and it was good. People liked it. But then one year I was like, well, actually, maybe I'll try DJing, and it was instant. Like incredible, and people just absolutely loved it. And then Jamie Oliver got on the decks, and that was one of those magic moments. But we'd been on for about an hour just playing like Cliff Richard and Five Star and being stupid and having a great time. And we kind of ran out of ideas. So fortunately, you came along and
I just waved from the distance. And you were like, "Come and DJ."
And you were like, "Have you played Dancing Queen?" I was like, "Obviously." "Have you played Staying Alive?" I was like, "Yes." And you said, "Have you played YMCA?" I was like, "No."
And we did.
Right.
And now we do every year.
On the hour, every hour.
Yeah. And people love it. It's kind of like a house party. Alex James is our guest, and we're talking about Big Feastival and many other things. So I'm intrigued. When Blur Mark 1 ended, and I presume all of you went, "Oh, what do we do with the rest of our lives now?" And that must be quite difficult and quite genuinely quite something to think about.
It does give you a second act problem being in a band. It's 25 years since Parklife this year. So, what do you do with the rest of your life when
and did you
when
have
you've
that
done
moment?
that? Well, fortunately, I think we've all really found stuff to do that Damon's writing operas. Graham's doing film soundtracks. Dave's campaigning, and I'm running around like a lunatic organising a massive party.
But how did this happen then? How did it go from being bass player in Blur to suddenly, the farm?
Well, I fell in love basically, and Claire and I bought the farm on our honeymoon, and I thought I was doing something reckless and romantic and daring and bold, but actually, rock gentlemen either write operas or live or die or live on farms, So
and did you have any farming background at all?
No, I had like 3 window boxes full of dead daffodils in Covent Garden. But I think it was let's go straight to kind of a dozen fields in the Cotswolds, and it was I didn't know how to do my own laundry at that point, and it was a huge learning curve, and it took years to kind of tame this beast, this kind of derelict farm that we bought.
It's expensive as well.
Mate, it would have been cheaper to live in Claridge's. It was insane. But I was really lucky. It was just like the second place. To be a bass player in a rock band kind of requires you to be in the right place at the right time. I was really lucky to kind of meet the guys from Blur, and we kind of moved to the farm at exactly the right time. The guy that we bought it off was crawling out on his knees. 15 years ago, so it was a very different culinary landscape then. Like Jamie Oliver was just coming through, but in the last 15 years, Britain's become incredibly engaged with food and cooking, and chefs have become superstars. Everybody's cooking. Everyone's a cook now.
Right now, so you buy the farm, and then how do you actually decide to get to producing cheese and having all this produce?
Well, I've always loved cheese. People used to throw it at me when Blur were playing, but it actually took 2 years to work up. About 2 years, so actually, wow, maybe I should start making it.
So somebody, you just reached out to people with this horrible phrase, but you were asked around.
No, there was a cheesemaker moving back to the area, and he was needed somewhere to make many. I said, yes, that's it, and it just snowballed really quickly. I think cheese needed a face, and I did wonder how I was going to sort of fill the massive gaping void of not playing to thousands of screaming people every night. You do.
Hard.
And then 8 years ago, Jamie Oliver called me, said, fancy doing a festival. And that seems to kind of hit the spot.
Fills that void perfectly.
Well, yeah, it's much easier than going on tour. Just, bring it. All come round to my house. It's easier.
The kids are still there. Right, let's play a song. We asked for one that makes you cry.
Oh, well, it's do you know what? So music does make me cry. I'm a real blubber to music. And I find music that I like when I was a kid, particularly, even music I didn't like when I was a kid, I have a really strong emotional reaction to now. I never really liked A-ha, and they were on in the car the other day, and The Sun Always Shines on TV, and that brought me to tears. But, I couldn't believe it. It was just, it's brilliant. And I never liked it at the time. But I suppose this reminds me of being in the car as a kid. This was like my parents, a song that my parents had on cassette in the car, and I just remember singing this with my sister, and yeah, it does. It might make me cry now, actually.
Just memories of childhood, right? It's such a beautiful song.
Man. Her phrasing, her pitching, it's just in days
Exquisite.
before auto-tune, and oh,
Carpenters, yesterday once more, choice of Alex James, who's our guest on the show. This is from Emma from Nutfield. Normally I do Carfest, but this year I'm taking the family to Feastival because I heard Alex talking about it, and I'm just so excited.
Excellent.
You should be, Emma. Sounds amazing. Excellent bands, different music. The food just has to be good for campers, and I can see it's a feast for the eyes. The food is off the scale.
Well, we've got some good chefs this year.
Who have you
I'm
got?
glad Pruleith's coming back. She's great. I've known her for ages. She's a superstar now, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Bake Off.
Very knowledgeable, brilliant woman. Daniel Clifford here, 2 minutes. There's loads of new chefs coming through as well. And yeah, there's all the usual sort of street food, award-winning street food type things. And I want to kind of build a huge oven or a bonfire or something. I don't
a pit, like a big pit.
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds really dangerous. Yeah, good luck, health and safety. Although you have DJ Barbecue there every year, and he's another
stalwart of Feastival. wonderful. He's brilliant. Spandex wearing.
One of my favourite memories is of your mum. Your mother comes to Feastival all the time.
Well, everybody's great. Everywhere Mark Owen played, he brought his mum and dad and his kid. You know, it's like quite 3 generations of the Owen family.
What does your mum make of it?
She's always keen for me to go to bed. She gets cross when I...
She was very cross when I saw her.
Really? She's listening. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum. She's lovely.
I hope she could. Yeah, no, I need someone to tell me to go to bed.
You do.
Yeah.
And the kids as well, they're always there. What do you learn from your kids? Because you talk about them a lot. What do you think, what impact have they had on you?
I've got 5 of them. So,
different ages, yeah.
And they're very good at helping me keep it real, definitely. But I suppose, you know, having a massive event like this taking place at home is one of the few times when having a big family actually comes in use, because like I just need kind of pairs of hands. So
you just make them work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, Claire's really good on the kind of front of house meeting and greeting, looking after people. I've got like a chefy one. There's the girls really like helping on the face painting and the glitter, and the oldest is a safe pair of hands in the cheese up for DJing. You know, so it's you know, absolutely get them all working, because otherwise they just wander around going, my dad's Alex James, can I have a free one?
No, but it's important to know that you have to work hard when you're doing something like this, doesn't it?
No, it's brilliant, and actually, you know, when you work hard and do something brilliant, that's the best feeling. That is the best feeling of all. So
and being a team.
Yeah, you know, so it does bring the family together, but we do have to go on holiday afterwards.
There must be such a come down afterwards. I mean, you talk about being on tour. When you finish a tour as a band, you have the days afterwards when you just go, I don't know what to do with myself, and that must happen after Feastival. It
is pretty. I couldn't handle it more than once a year. I mean, it is pretty insane. I mean, festivals are such big business in the UK. It's incredible. Every year it's sort of I can't believe how quickly the thing goes up. Like literally 10 days before, there's nothing there at all, and every year everything gets a little bit smaller, it goes up a little bit quicker. The stereo, the sound system sounds better. Everything works better. You know, the technology's developing so fast. It's brilliant.
Oh, I'm sure nothing will go wrong this year then.
Well, that's it. You know, it's always kind of red arrows, run out of cheese. Kate Moss is here. You know, it's like triumph, disaster. It's exhausting, but it's like I'm like a dog after a day at the beach afterwards.
Let's play your headliners on the Sunday night then. This is Elbow. Love that song, Futureheads and Hounds of Love. They've just been announced to be playing at Latitude this year, which is good, along with Churches and also Jenny Lewis. So that's Futureheads. We're talking about festivals a lot. Alex James is our guest, talking about big Feastival and all that kind of stuff. We need to launch the taxi service. So this is the feature that I do where people who are out doing the taxi service suggest a song that they'd love to hear. So you must do taxi service with your kids.
Oh, man, yeah.
Do you drive them around?
Yeah, school runs, a lot of school runs.
Yeah.
The weekends, I need a taxi, yeah. I need a taxi service at weekends. It's great. There's 5 of them. Sometimes they're all in different places. It's insane.
I can't begin to imagine. What kind of sports or activities are they doing? Is there anything... is it the usual?
Yes, it's the usual. And, you know, I quite like a game of netball at home. It's quite, you know, because we've got, like, enough girls and boys to play girls against boys.
So you play netball with the family?
Love a game of netball, yeah.
Right, if you are doing the taxi service tonight, if you're on duty, then all you need to do is tell us a song that you'd love to hear on the radio. We'll do it in half an hour's time, and text 88291. So that's 88291. If you'd like to tweet me, you can do that, or you can email jo.whiley@bbc.co.uk. People have been getting in touch, and Simon simply says that you're lovely. Okay. Can I just say that Alex brought in cheese tonight and he gave it to Steve Wright. He didn't save it for me, so he's not lovely at all. Actually, he's in disgrace.
I bumped into him on the way in. It was a white label brie as well. You'd have loved it.
Shut up. Hi, I'm Maker, and I would love a happy birthday shout out, please. Alex James, could you just say happy birthday to me? I'm 39 today.
Happy birthday, darling. Have a good one. Cheers.
Yeah. And this person would like to know what your favourite Wurzel song is.
Oh, man, do you know what? I saw the Wurzels, and they were absolutely brilliant. They were like proper cats. The one I've been thinking, Father Bill's Cowman. That's been going through. Do you know?
No.
Na 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 na. Rather be Farmer Bill's Cowman.
Oh yes.
Na 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 na. That one. But they did Country House, actually. When I saw them, they were really, really good.
Brilliant. So that's Fordy and Ealing. You've got your answer now. There you go. John Drogan in Edgeworth. What a lovely human being. It's great to know I'm not the only emotional lunatic that cries to music. No, not at all. Not at all. And this is from Nikki. As a family and a group of friends brewed in a canoe, we're also looking forward to coming this year to Feastival. Tickets were bought at the weekend. Loads of kids ranging from 10 to 17 coming along this year, and they all hang out together, as well as enough bars for the men who have their own nano micro brewery back home in Kelvedon, I think it is.
A nano brewery.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so they come and do research when they go there, I think. They drink a lot, I think that's the idea. The hubby, after camping for the first time ever last year, is now the proud owner of a blow-up air tent, and the fairy lights are ordered and the kids cannot wait.
Well, kids love camping, don't they?
Oh, God, yeah.
They're much happier camping than
Now, we go
staying
away on
outside.
holiday and stay in a caravan. It's the best holiday the kids ever
really?
have. Yeah. Yola, this is Yola. She'll be playing live in session on the show tomorrow night. This is called Far Away Look. Yola, and that's Far Away Look, and you'll hear her playing that song on this show tomorrow night, which we're very much looking forward to. So you're getting yourself match fit for the festival, I guess. We were just talking about exercise and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I brought out 6 new cheeses last year, so it was an inevitable side effect of that. So yes, I've been.
So your favourite exercise is?
I like sauna boxing.
Sauna boxing? I never had you down as a sauna boxer, Alex James.
Claire got into it. I didn't even know it was a thing.
No.
But yeah, going to a sauna and like exercising in a sauna. Have to like make it absolutely epic. I mean, I get really bored sitting on a treadmill, just on a treadmill or something.
Yeah.
So just make it really intense.
Sweat it all off. The pounds will just drop off. 25 years from now, how would you like your life to be if you look forward into the future? So.
Wow.
75, 80, that kind of age.
That's the Rolling Stones kind of age, isn't it? It'd be nice to be just like, just
still on tour.
One more show, just one. It would be. Why would you ever want to stop playing music and eating cheese?
It's a good way to live your life. The inevitable question about Blur, then.
Oh, do you know what? I had a really nice cup of tea with Damon a couple of weeks ago, which is actually normally it's not a great sign. It's normally when Damon's saying that he hates us all and we're idiots. That the next thing you know, is that's all back on again. Damon's a master of. I never know what's going to happen next with Blur. I'm always the last one to know.
Yeah.
The phone goes. It's like, right, get your bass.
So when you saw him the other day, you don't discuss the possibility.
No,
of
we're
music,
just talking about kids and having a moan about Dave and Graham. Whenever two members of Blur get together, woe betide the two that aren't there.
Oh, I love that. I was just thinking, of course, we lost Keith this week. Keith Flint.
Oh, what a shame. Yeah, a lovely man.
Someone that you knew.
I'm not well, but
No.
Dearie.
Yeah, just awful. Okay, let's play a song, and this is new from Morrissey. He's got an album that's all there are covers that he's done. Which is a really fascinating concept. And this is a Roy Orbison cover that he's done.
I love Roy Orbison.
Yes, well, let's hear Morrissey doing Roy Orbison.
Your baby doesn't.
What else have I got there?
You got there. It was so hot that it was raining inside because there was so much condensate. It was so hot and
That's
sweaty.
what she says. I remember sweat literally dripping from the ceiling. Best gig of my life.
That was a good night.
Oh, there you go. You got your answer, Jess. Thank you. Also, Steve Wright might have got cheese. I get leeks. You've put some leeks in. You bought me. What else have I got there?
You've got some chard there. You've got some cavolo nero. You got a little bit of salad, fresh salad out of the garden.
And this is all grown and picked today.
It was, yeah.
Wow, thank you very much.
Would you
indeed.
like your gardening, don't you?
Oh, no, I love my gardening, yeah. I'll see you at Chelsea.
You will.
I shall see you at Feastival as well. So just remind us when it takes place.
It is this August bank holiday weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What is it, 23rd,
24th? 25th of August, yes. All right, see you there, Alex.
Nice.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, it's Ken Bruce here. Tomorrow I will have James Morrison.